Am I the only one that sometimes thinks my life can just feel boring? Like every single day is a rerun, and I don't mean like a rerun of The Office, I mean like a Big Bang Theory. Your life isn't actually boring, you're just being tricked into thinking it is because of social media. How many times have you seen an Instagram post or a TikTok or a YouTube video and it just made you feel like you aren't doing good enough? If you're anything like me, you might look at a post from a person's life that seems way more interesting than yours, and you rationally and reasonably think, well, surely every second of their life looks like these posts, therefore my life sucks and theirs is absolutely flawless. I'm a failure. Maybe it's someone you wish you looked like, or maybe it's someone who has more stuff than you. Whatever it is, it's someone in some way who's living the life you want to be living. Most of the time, social media is just people cherry-picking brief moments of their life to make a highlight reel. It's not in any way a full, in-depth showcase of someone's life. And even then, some of these moments from the highlight reels are highly edited and unrealistic. Have you ever seen someone post themselves from Disney World and thought, man, I bet that was a blast, I'm jealous. But then you go to Disney World yourself and you realize, what the hell, the humidity is up to 90%. I paid $16 for a corn dog, and I have to wait in line for 2.5 hours with crying children to ride the shortest roller coaster I've ever seen. Yeah, it's kind of like that. When we treat social media like a measuring stick for a person's whole life versus our own, we end up automatically believing a whole bunch of nonsense. No matter how good you think someone might have it, you never really know what's going on with them behind the scenes, and you have no choice but to play with the cards you're dealt, so it benefits nobody at all to want for another person's life. If you need to get rid of social media, then get rid of it, man, but just know that I better not catch you wanting for someone else's life again. Don't let social media fool you into thinking that your real life is a boring mess compared to everyone else's digital life, because that's a big fat lie. What if you don't feel all that affected by social media though? What if you just feel like each passing day is the same thing over and over and over? Here's the thing, if you can't shake the feeling that your life is boring because every single day is the same, you have to start saying yes to opportunities to break that cycle, and if you never have opportunities to say yes to, well then you'll have to be the one to start creating them. A few years ago, there was a cold night in which me and one of my friends thought it would be really funny if we just on a whim went and jumped into a nearby lake. We were joking about it, but eventually we said, you know what, let's just make this shit happen. I still vividly remember every detail of that night, including an overwhelming feeling of excitement for life. It's not like we did anything insanely memorable or unique. We just decided to break through a normal evening and do something fun. The nights that I just stayed in, while I'm a big fan of those nights, don't get me wrong, they don't stick out in my memory quite as much. I think you have to intentionally break out of those every once in a while. You don't have to jump in a lake or go do something weirdly, specifically spontaneous every single night, but I do think the main point is this. Life almost never feels boring when you're doing stuff with people. I've said it before and I'll continue to do it. We as humans are designed to spend time with other humans. It's in our nature. If you're like me, being around friends for long periods of time can get pretty tiring. But after it's over, I pretty much never think, well, that was a waste of time. Next time you're invited to something by a friend that you might feel a little uncomfortable at, like a party with some folks you don't know, maybe you should take that nervous feeling as a sign to make the leap and get out of your comfort zone just a little bit. If it's been too long since a friend has invited you to something, then consider this. You're either gonna have to be comfortable being the one that gets memorable moments to start happening, or you're gonna have to start surrounding yourself with people who make memorable moments more of a priority with you in their life. Ideally, you can do both of these things. Life is gonna feel mundane like 90% of the time, no matter who you are. What matters is what you do with the mundane moments. I make YouTube videos in my free time, for example. That doesn't make my life any more exciting than yours. In fact, the hours I spend at my desk after work, script writing, drawing, and editing probably would make most other people smash their skulls into the drywall. What it does mean, though, is I'm engaging in an activity in my free time that I feel gives back to me. The normal things we do in mundane moments, like playing video games or watching TV, those things are awesome and welcome. I do these things all the time, but they don't give back to me in the way that making videos does. I'm working on something that I'm passionate about. I feel like I'm improving at it over time, and I have an active log of my progress that I can go back to and watch. When I get a really nice comment on my video, it means something to see somebody else enjoying the thing I made enough to tell me about it. This is an activity that I'm invested in, and it's one that challenges me. It's not about consuming anything, it's about creating something that lasts. And that's a really gratifying feeling. I think to sum this point up, I'll say that there's a lot of potential to do unique, creative, crazy shit in that mundane time. Great things are made in mundane moments, and once you can start to see it that way, it won't be feeling mundane nearly as often. Maybe you should start playing an instrument, or maybe you should start drawing or painting. Maybe you already know the thing that you do in your free time that gives back to you, and if you do, that's great. And if you don't, then do yourself a favor and keep searching.